Hey guys, it's me T coming at you with today's daily read. I'm super excited. What was I gonna say? Let me shift you a little bit because I just gotta feel right. You know what I'm saying? It has to all feel right. Ah, that's basically how it's gonna feel right. Okay, so I already pre-shuffled the cards because I'm feeling a little bit crazy today. But actually, it's not. It's not that I'm feeling crazy. It's just it's super, these energies that are coming in are super different, like super unique, super um like unusual. Like I've never dealt with them before. Okay, so it's very interesting. So that's why I feel like a little all over the place. um but also I was getting to shuffle them off screen so that we can get kind of right into it. Okay, so the first one, oh my god, this is so cool. This came up yesterday at the bottom of the deck, which is awesome. Queen of Hearts as a yin, as the yin card for today. So as I'm saying that, I'm seeing 111, and I was actually getting guided to come on at 11 o'clock at night. So this is me coming on at 11 o'clock. A little bit later then because of the fact that I was meditating. But other than that, yeah, just as prep. But other than that, yeah, this is a great card. And for me, and like the way that I'm interpreting it, that's what I mean by saying for me. Um, the way that I'm interpreting it is that your heart has now really come full circle in terms of like, see, this is like a circular type of motion. And again, I always refer to the heart as the more feminine organ. So I feel as though your heart has like been fully healed. I want to say fully, totally, completely, and wholesomely healed and rebalanced in terms of how it needs to kind of be in order to go forward, okay, with brand new things. This is so much abundance, so much creativity, so much spirit, I feel. Um, and yeah, it's just like purely abundant because it's like there's so much growth, right? She's like holding, I don't know if you can see that, but she's holding like a pot of um I want to say like successful growth in her hands, right? So there's been massive amounts of growth, and I feel like today is the day, and this is maybe why we're feeling a little weird, is because today's the day the seeds that we've planted prior to today, but have been waiting for a very long time, are now actually coming out of the soil, right? So this is why we feel a little weird. And honestly speaking, today on my when I went for my walk, I literally was feeling as if like somebody had mentioned it to me. I think yesterday that like um, the 21st, like we're a month away from like the I was gonna say authentic, but the actual date of the first day of spring. But it's crazy because I feel like the first day of spring was literally around the 21st, 22nd, even today. Like it's like nuts. The birds have been, first of all, they've been so chatty Cathy at night, and then during the day they've been like fucking swarming, like in terms of like just flying all over the fucking place. They're excited about something, so it's amazing to me. So what I want to say is like this card depicts like spring has either sprung in your heart, okay, or spring has come a little bit early. So this is a very springy card. Like there's fruitful stuff coming to the coming out of the soil, and so it's kind of like being harvested in a sense. But actually, I don't want to say harvested. I want to say nurtured, okay, because this is definitely a nurtured type of card. So it's kind of like all that you've been putting into with your heart, right, has now gained this royalty type of level of where it's like where you really feel the benefits of it and the gains of it coming in, like showing up in your life. Thank you, 18. Showing up in your life. They're also, it's interesting. Do I mention that? Yeah, that's so interesting. Okay, so as I was just saying that, I saw a little sparkle in my love corner, which means that whoever is ready for love is, or has been wanting love, is truly ready for love right now, you know, in terms of being in a relationship. And but also it doesn't have to be that. It could be like a commitment of any sort, a relationship, love, marriage, all that stuff, right? They're really, you like, whoever has dreams towards that are really now ready to kind of embrace that and go forward with it, because of the fact that their heart is now completely, totally, wholesomely healed, like I said. So a lot of the past stuff has been let go. Today was a really good test. Like, not even test. I don't want to say test. I want to say today was a really good depiction of that. I had seen, like, I had an interaction with a person that I couldn't forgive for a very long time. And it just happened on a whim, where it was like there was a quick, like, interaction. And then I felt I felt into myself as it was kind of happening. And I was like, oh my God, I'm healed. Like, I just, like, knew it. Like, I was like, I actually don't fucking give a shit. Like, I actually can be very happy even in the presence of this person, which means that you've healed, right? The second thing that I've seen today in terms of, like, you know, karmic cycles being completed, um, is the aspect of, as I was going for a walk today, I saw it. This is so weird. I saw, like, somebody had run over a snake. Okay, this is fucking weird shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's like such fucking weird shit. And I was guided to go a certain way, because if I didn't go that certain way, I wouldn't have seen this. And when I saw that, I was like, this is so fucking weird. Okay, because it's just like you don't see that every day. And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. And plus, the snake to me is a karmic cycle that, like, it really depicts a karmic cycle, or like, even health, or even, you know, like a sly snake, like whatever. Like, if you've been dealing with anybody of that sort, it's kind of like like they've been cut off from you. Like, that's literally how you're feeling. Like, whoever had, like, fucked you over in the past, or like been really kind of sleazy, or like, you know, shifty shady, or that type of stuff, it's like that's so long gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, some, like, the universe had killed it off. And I like, it was so weird to me. It may not even seem weird to you, but it was so weird to me when I saw it, and so powerful at the same time, that I was like, this is so fucking weird. Like, this is such a big deal, but it's like such a small deal at the same time. So I was like, I was just like completely, like, boggled by it, because I was like, this is not something, again, you don't see it every day, but it's something that you've been, like, waiting for, right? And again, just like yesterday, they're having me, you know, kind of look down at this, which is like a closed out. I mean, literally. Oh, look how beautiful. Okay, so this is so beautiful. So, I guess we're moving on to the next card. Is that true? Yeah, okay. So, Six of Hearts is the next card, which is, to me, um, excuse me, kind of like the Lover's card in the traditional tarot deck. Excuse me, I have to, like, keep on burping, because I guess we're releasing for everybody out there. Um, but this is like basically a balanced and harmonious union coming together, where it's, and this is on a yang level, so it's very interesting. It's like, okay, you've gotten, and this is a very, to me, is like a very relaxed type of energy. It's kind of like, okay, you've surrendered your heart, you know, you've come a full, you know, full throttle, like right around like 360, right? Um, Also, in creativity, there's a lot of spiritual creativity going on in terms of your heart, like how to, what had mended it, right? And the speed at which it was mended. And so it allowed you, so you had this completion on an inner yang quiet level, and you may have even felt that today. Again, nurturing is coming up again. And so as you nurture yourself in your own heart, okay, um, now you are able to join in a union with one other person, or, I mean, oh, to me, it's going to be one other person, only one other person, but, and I'm going to actually keep it that way, because I feel like that's literally what true love is, right? So, so it's kind of like this is like soulmate status. This is absolute like two people coming together as like I want to say interdependently. So they're independent on their own in the majority of ways in life. Um, to then to then balance each other out, right, as they come together, and also kind of what was I going to say? Balance each other out. I was going to say weigh each other out, but it's balance each other out. It's compromise, yes, but what's the word that I was looking for? Like they're compatible, I think is what I want to say. So it's kind of like they're just compatible and they're like ready to unite. And so again, it's super. I don't even know what to say with this card because I just feel like it's super like just very straight to the point. Like I thought that this one was pretty much to the point, but this is even more to the point, I feel. Um, so again, when we're talking about, it's very interesting because I kept on thinking today, and I don't know why, but I kept on thinking today that I know I channeled a while ago that that the soulmate coming in is going to be your helpful people and travel person. Okay, I was like channeling that for like a good long time, a good amount of time, and I feel as though so it's weird that I'm because I was just like questioning my head. This is why I'm like going into this. I was questioning my head like, what does this have to do with helpful people in travel? Like that's what I was just asking, and I just feel as though it's just very interesting because I've been saying that they're going to be your helpful people and travel person for sure. Like you're going to be going traveling with them. You're going to be, each other's helpful person because again, you're compatible and you're there's a word that I'm looking for. Son of a bitch. I can't remember it. It's not it's not whatever. It's you guys balance sorry guys, but you guys balance each other out in terms of whatever you don't have, they have. Whatever you don't have, they have. Whatever they don't have or are lacking in, rather, you have. Right. So again, it's like a really amazing balance. Six in the traditional tarot is, like I said, depicts the Lover's card. But also, if you split the six, it's three. So it's kind of like three is also divine love, divine expansion, divine creativity, past, present, and future coming together. So again, this could be a person from one of your past lives, even traveling into this life, like into like coming into your life in this life, if that makes any sense. That's basically what I wanted to say. Do I look in the book for this one at all? All right, they're telling me no. Um, they're telling me I got it. So I guess that is I mean, I feel it's not a sufficed example that I gave you guys. Like it's not a sufficed a sufficing that's not even a word, but it's like it's just something that basically creativity and passion are coming together. Also, you've nurtured yourself through self love, which is, self compassion, which is so beautiful. Um, yeah, so there's something about the eyes too here that, like, you're going to see each other and it heals you, okay? So it's very interesting because you know how they say that the eyes are like the gateway to the soul, and it's like right away like look at these people, like they're not actually looking at each other, but it's as if they are, right? It's as if they are looking at each other where it's just like I know you. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those things that they depict in the movies, which I believe is true because it's a lot of the times in the movies, it's very interesting because it's like those ideas are super from somewhere, right? Like they had to have come up from somewhere, and wherever ideas come from, is usually the divine, okay? And the divine really is all like it's the amount it's the imagine, how do I want to depict it? Like it's the collective imagination, really, which is which is like the all-knowing source, right? So it's kind of like we're not making shit up, even if we've never fell in love, even if we have not met our soulmates. Like, if you believe in that, you're not making shit up by believing in it. You're literally believing because you've seen it somewhere, like it was kind of exemplified to you somewhere. You feel as though you believe it, and it's going to happen very soon. Okay. I also could like this is something so big where I just feel like okay, it's in your yang position for sure, but I feel like this is now. Like I feel like this is right now. Like I feel like your soulmate is way closer than you think. Either vicinity or and I'm getting hot when I say that. It's like either in the vicinity of you or like location wise, or I made it sound like it was cut off, not cut off at all, but like unionized together, like energetically brought together. So it's kind of like you guys feel closer than ever, and maybe this is why these energies have been feeling very strange. Like today, do I go into the stuff that I was feeling? Yeah, okay, they're telling me yeah. So today I was like feeling a lot of stuff in my solar plexus chakra, which is like I was feeling nauseous, and I don't, and so when I say close, like energetically close, it's like you could even be feeling your feelings plus their feelings, or just tune, or you could be very tuned into their feelings, and it's just like, and that's the closeness that I'm of what I'm feeling. Do you get what I'm saying? Where it's just like it's super interesting, super. I mean, look at all these cups. All I gotta say is one, two, and then six. That's 8 cups. Okay, 8 cups right there. So it's like, and I'm not saying 8 of cups, but maybe 8 of cups, like in the traditional tarot, where it's like, I don't even, maybe this is not even a cup, it's a pot. But how I'm seeing it is that you guys have both, whoever, like this could be just you, or this could be both you and your divine partner. Um, of what I like to traditionally call like a soulmate, but then I heard that that's like totally outplayed because there's like other ways to I guess like interpret it. But when it comes down to it, it's like both of you have literally 8 of cups something, which is like you guys have literally walked away from all the bullshit that your life kind of entailed, like all the stuff that wasn't working. Like today could have been either yesterday. I feel like yesterday was an energetic release of it, and today really could be like a physical like physical kind of what is it called? Physical like why do I want to keep saying example of it? Like, I guess an example of it would be, um, like you kind of like you guys are going through an experience, the physical experience of it. This is what I want to say, not example. So, physical experience of it, where it's just like, okay, you were kind of brought to a scenario, and it was again like it was like not even a test, but it was just for you to gauge like, oh shit, I really did fucking let this shit go. Do you know what I'm saying? And you were able to be happy in that moment where maybe before your heart wasn't as healed, your heart wasn't of queen status, right, or royalty status, and you weren't so healed, and you had like shit come up with like the aspect of you kind of being a haterade towards either that person or the scenario that happened with that person, right? So now it's like the time is now, and I'm really getting super like, thank you 18 for that confirmation. I'm getting super hot in terms of like overheating, like in terms of how how actually spot on this really is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like in terms of just a confirmation. I don't know what that was. My windows are open. That was also a confirmation, whatever that was. Um, what did I want to say? So yeah, so it's just like it's a joining together. It's kind of like it's a blending of the energies that's happening today that, you know, obviously are very different than what you've been used to, because this is not something that has ever really happened in your world. So when I was saying like I was feeling like nauseous, and maybe it was like my nausea. I didn't really tap into like whose it was, but it was very over. It was very like it just happened abruptly that it made me think. I'm like, did I eat anything like nasty? But I was like, I don't think so. And you know, and you could be questioning. It's a really funny, like to rebalance, because I feel like, okay, your heart is definitely reached another level of love, but it also is also being rebalanced, as you're kind of tuning into these newer energies, or as these newer energies are being downloaded into you or to you. Um, but it's just like really interesting because what was I saying before 18? I was saying how I was saying how, yeah, I mean like the stomach, like you like the like you were just, I don't know, it's just like it's really interesting in terms of like the intensity, I think, is what I wanted to mention. There is like the intensity is like on some serious, that's like it's on a serious level, like not like like yeah, on a serious level where you're like, dude, there's really like nothing, like I wasn't feeling sick before, it just like came on. That's what I wanted to say. It's like it abruptly came on and it was at an intensity level that you were just like, all right, fuck, I gotta really breathe through this. Like I don't know what this is, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta breathe through it. But somehow it's like, you know, that it is energetic, right? Um, Also, what I could say is like maybe this is you. Maybe in that moment you got like overwhelmed because, and I don't know if this was me. I don't think so though, because I was like just doing what I was doing and I wasn't even thinking about anything. And then it was like, okay, here we go. You know, it was kind of like a roller coaster effect, like that type of thing where you feel your stomach like just like kind of upchuck a little bit in your stomach. And so, yeah, so what was I gonna say? I just want to see something. All right. So, so yeah, with that being said, uh, intense, good energy is coming through. It's just that you have to breathe through it a little bit because it's like you don't know what's going on here. You're a little confused. Also, these energies are super positively powered up, and that's also something to get used to because I feel like a lot of us were feeling a little sluggish. We weren't feeling ourselves. We were feeling not so much ourselves in our health, okay? And now we're kind of regaining this. You know, there was a rebirth yesterday, just like the cards came up. It would be funny if it came up today. Um, and so it's just kind of like there's this rebirth energy coming through that we're just like, oh my god, we're all kind of having to get used to. It's kind of like this. It's like, you know, when you're well, I don't know because I'm not a parent, but I'm just saying like I could only imagine like if you are a first time parent, so your life is like one way before the baby, and then all of a sudden the baby comes and you're like, whoa, motherfucker, like this is going to be a different type of life now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta kind of, even though I don't agree with it, like in terms of like, oh, you having to show up a different way, like as a mom or a dad, it's like, no, you still need to be yourself first and foremost, like as a person, and then take the role of, you know, mother or father. Do you get what I'm saying? Because of the fact that, you know, I feel as though children learn, you know, authenticity through their parents and not so much like, and here's the thing, it's like I rather the authenticity, the natural and the native energy of a parent rather than here's me, I'm mom or dad, you have to listen to me and da 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 da. And it's like you're okay, yes, they have to respect you. They have to, but you at the same time are their guide, right? Like in this life. Like it's just like you have to also respect them is what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of like I don't know why I'm going into it, but like I just feel as though, you know, that's the important message here is like you needing to show up first and foremost in your authenticity, and especially like how you feel and all that stuff because that's gonna be there. That's that's basically what your kid needs to grow up with, or and like not with, but your kid needs to grow up knowing that they need to be authentic in this life, okay? And so they need somebody as like a role model to kind of put that into gear for them. But a lot of the parents, which is very interesting, a lot of the parents like to kind of take on this perfectionistic type of energy where it's just like, and also play off of their not imperfections, but their insecurities, right? Where it's like, okay, well, like if their kid is doesn't look like the neighbor's kid, or isn't doing what the normal kids at their age do, the parents feel like fucking freaks, and they're like, I don't know how to explain my kid. Like he's just, like they feel really odd because their kid's so different. But it's like, okay, but then that's also not healthy because the kid needs to understand that everybody in this life is going to be way different from them, just as they're going to be way different from everybody else. And the whole thing is, it's like, this is where the stability comes in, is the stability is the authentic self that exudes, or that still needs to be there from the parents. Even if you are parents, like, or you're being called mom and dad, it doesn't matter. You have to kind of stick to the gratitude of who you are as a person, so that they can learn from you in terms of feelings. Because I feel like, as this is why I'm saying this, because I feel as though some people, when they take on the parental role, they actually lose feeling, or they lose touch with themselves. They lose feelings with themselves to kind of make it all about the kid, which is the truth. But at the same time, the kid needs you to still be in touch with your own feelings, so that you don't. So when they're in touch with their feelings, they don't feel fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're sensitive, right, to their own feelings at one point, they're not thinking that they're crazy because they have feelings, and they're not trying to shove it aside just like everybody else. They're actually more willing to be open and expressive, and creatively so, and also expansively so, in terms of just like fessing up to, like, here's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So you'll in that case, you'll have more people, more kids rather, coming out of the closet, about their sexuality in a comfortable way, in a nurturing type of way, instead of just being like, I don't know fucking how to handle this because I'm a parent and I'm supposed to know everything. It's like, that's not fucking true. None of us know everything when it comes to anything. Okay, that's basically the truth. Even if you're an expert, you don't know everything. You're still learning every day. So that's what I'm saying. We're teaching these kids a persona of like perfection that doesn't even exist, but the perfection is in the imperfection. So if you guys can get to a level of vulnerability to talk about that, which means that you cannot dismiss your own feelings about different things, and use them towards more of a proactive discussion, then that's exactly how you gain and retain love, okay? Love of all sorts. So what I'm also seeing, since I'm talking about kids right now, I'm also seeing, like, okay, one eye depicts one person, one eye depicts another person, and one eye depicts a third person, meaning a kid in the middle. So there could be a blending of, of like familyness going on too, okay? Which is new for everybody, right? Like, in terms of like blending is always fucking awesome, and blending is always gonna be a new transition for people in general, for us humans in general. And I feel like it's so, like, so a part of the ingenuity that comes with life, that I fucking love it. And I just think it's like super, I don't know, it's like super powerful, and it's super just genius when blending happens. Like it's just so, it just looks awesome, and it feels awesome, and it's just I don't know, when it happens, it's really powerful. That's all I gotta say. In terms of ideas, in terms of just everything, of families, it's just super powerful. So it's like, for me, I find it very exciting to know that there is a blend going on, but also you gotta be humanly honest too and be like, okay, this is fucking quite the experience, okay? But at the same time, it's like not something that you can't handle because obviously, if it's for love, you will be able to handle it, right? Today's message was let love lead, let love lead, and then I kind of like added like your way to happiness, right? So, yeah, so that's the message today. Let love lead, and as you do that, you're not going to get away from feeling the powerful feelings of love, but it's not something to be scared of. It's just something to kind of blend blend yourself in with in terms of adapting to it, okay? Blending is adapting. I didn't really realize that until I said that. Nice. Okay. Cool. So the believing card for today is the number 4, which is perseverance. So there's a healing going on. Also, it's really interesting. I wanted to say that about this, but I felt like I said it so many times because there's green over here. So I feel like there's a healing universe going. Like the universe is really kind of bringing about healing. I mean, honestly, like it's also the heart chakra, okay? So the green is the heart chakra as well as pink. So this has green and pink in it. That's a lot of heart chakra. That's a lot of also creativity going on with the oranges. Damn, I'm getting super hot. So I don't know why. It's just so funny. It like comes in waves, and it's just like it's. I don't know why I have to mention it all the time, but it's like confirmation time I mention it. So it's like I have to mention it out loud to maybe get it out of my system. To like breathe it out. So the perseverance. Are you telling me to read the book? Okay, they're telling me to read the book. But perseverance to me is this is since there's a lot of okay, interesting. The number 4 is foundational. Also, it could be kind of like the 4 of Wands, which is like celebration in marriage and commitment and things like that, which, I told you before in my love corner that kind of, there was an angel that popped up there, sparkled it up. And that's Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael brings actually divine love, so that's really beautiful, and divine healing. So that's amazing. So today's the day where I feel as though your angels, who are your helpful people in travel as well, I definitely saw her hair as like spirit for some reason. So spirit's like creatively kind of having you flow into this new and profound healing, but also it's very loving healing. Okay. Wow, again, that's so interesting. Dude, it's fucking 11 o'clock. Do you even hear the birds? It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I'm like literally dumbfounded by it. They never do that. It's so funny. It's talk about perseverance. They're like persevering with their singing. It's so amazing. So, all right. So it says here, this card indicates a time to keep moving forward as you strive to achieve your hopes and dreams. Because despite your current challenges, success is well within your reach. Yes, absolutely. That's why I said like I feel like this person is like in your vicinity. Is coming about. He or she is coming about. It's amazing. You are never given more than you can handle. That's exactly what I wanted to say before in case I didn't say it, and that's what it is. It's like you know you can handle it because it's all love, right? And you have the strength and the ability to make it through. So face your challenges head on and with determination, courage, and faith. I really bless all of you with that today because that is some serious. And also, the number 41 is coming up because it's on that page, which is self-discipline. So it's kind of like, definitely your self-discipline has supported you along the way up until now to kind of realize that you are going to face your challenges head on. And I don't feel like there's too many challenges at this point. I just feel like it's kind of like just admitting stuff to yourself and also just going after it, in terms of in terms of going after the power of love, right? That's basically what you want in your life, and that's what you're going to get. Um, so yeah, you're facing all of this stuff now going forward head on with determination, courage, and faith. Let me just turn the page. Because your self-discipline has definitely like made you headstrong, right? Mind strong. And so it says perseverance and persistence. With perseverance and persistence, you can make your dreams come true, which is now you're going after it. Because somehow also with the Queen of Hearts and this healing and this rebalancing, and kind of this all of this like fulfilled clarity with these cups, being like filled and blossoming. I mean, there's so much blossoming going on, right? You have like 8 of Cups blossoming. It's not even like 8 of Cups like ditching it. It's like you have 8 cups that are fucking fully blossoming. So it's just like wow. So yeah, your dreams are absolutely within reach because I definitely didn't complete my thought with that, but your heart is healed. I mean, it's literally like that's what it is. So making it way easy for your dreams to come true, easier than usual. So that's interesting. So this is why you can persevere actually now, because even though it may seem, when you're coming from the mind, it may seem very it may seem like a hurdle, but when you're coming from the heart, it's actually going to be a lot easier than you think and a lot smoother than you think. Like kind of like a smooth sailing is what I'm getting. So you can go after it. That's basically what I'm saying. Like go after it with your heart, and it's just going to be a smooth ride. That was a oh, thank you. That was a complete confirmation there as well. Okay, so by drawing this card, you're being encouraged to cultivate mental resilience. There you go. And stability, since a calm and stable mind creates a calm and stable life. That's what you have now. You may not realize that, but that's what you have now. Just because I feel like you just got out of this kind of craziness, this chaos within your heart. So you're not even realizing that you've actually reached calmer waters, right? So my light just blinked, so that's also confirmation. So yeah, so just like try it out. Like go after what you think is best for you to go after next, right? It says make yourself aware of the negative thoughts and beliefs that are currently influencing you and muster up the strength to develop a positive state of mind. And I'm just going to add to that to go after what it is that you want, which I know that you have within you. That's like because it's like out with the old, in with the new. This is the new strength that you've actually already been given, right? Because you have gotten rid of the new. I smelled chlorine for a second. It's so interesting. And I don't know why, because I'm not at all near a pool. Like, maybe it could have been, like, clean laundry or something like that. No, that's so interesting. I'm smelling chlorine, so I don't know if that has anything to do with you guys. Maybe you might want to hop in the water or something like that to really kind of give yourself, like, a last type of cleansing. But I also feel like the chlorine is like a clean smell, so it's kind of like you're starting over with a clean slate. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I love the smell of chlorine. I don't know why that sounds so fucking crazy, but I love that smell. Um, so it says, in order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycle of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to persevere through your obstacles and challenges. Call on heavenly assistants, who are your helpful people in travel, when you need it, and have faith in your ability to create an exceptional life. Dude, that's exactly what you guys are going after. It's exactly what you're going to get, because you are courageous and you are abundant in that, you know? The affirmation says, with perseverance and persistence, I create an exceptional life. Holy shit, guys. And this is probably like why, okay, when we're talking about exceptional life, this is probably why we're all feeling a little like mind boggled, okay? Because it's kind of like your Queen of Hearts, your heart, which is now a queen, your Queen of Hearts now gets the divine love that it actually deserves, and it's really well balanced, it's really well manifested, it's the exceptional love life that basically that your heart has wished for. Okay? That's like literally it. So fucking huge. So it's like basically go after, and again, going after could also consist of traveling, right? So going after, so it's interesting. Going after what you want is something that you need to kind of know about today. Like it's time to go after what you want. And the number 4, like I said, is really foundational. To me, it's very interesting. 4 to me is gratitude. So in case you don't, in case you don't, you haven't felt into your strength of courage and all that jazz that it said, your courage, your faith. I don't know if there's a third one there too. To take action, right? In case you haven't felt into the divine abundant gift that you've been given, like kind of even more so, like you've been given an additional power to those things. Just literally speak gratitude for the perseverance that you've always had within you, and especially in the times that you literally can go back in your mind and realize when you persevere through something to get exactly what it is that you want. So it's interesting. It's kind of like quantum leaping, which I'm not going to go into right now, but it's like grabbing, it's like going back in your memory, grabbing something from the past that worked, okay? To then let your mind know that it's going to work again. Okay, so again, you're going to leap with the perseverance, doing this quantum leap thing with the energy of you having had that backup from a past experience, right? And then you kind of hurtling yourself, like you kind of like tossing yourself forward into the aspect of, okay, now I'm going to go after what it is I want yet again, and know that it's going to be fucking smooth sailing. Okay, so it's going to be success, because basically when you think back on a time that you persevered and you could be grateful for that, you're actually raising your vibrations to meet the energetic match of perseverance, to then kind of have you rev up in on, so it can like kind of spitfire you forward. Interesting. I'm also a serious leader in perseverance. I never even realized that. Because I never even realized that the number 4 card is here. And it's no joke that this is like, or no coincidence that this is a green card, because it's all heart, okay? So perseverance happens with the heart. Again, this is an all heart type of reading, guys. So it's like you got your hearts here, you got your chakra colored heart here, that is now here healed. I feel as though you've had time to kind of just like be with yourself and to give yourself some resting time, some healing time for the heart as well, which also lasts, I think, like, I want to say now until up to like 3 days. It can continue that way. And then probably around the 26th is when you're going to go after what you want, or if not earlier, or if not midway of that. Yeah. So, so feel it out. You have to feel out what feels right to you. You're going to know exactly when to make that leap, because your heart is the guidance that is accurate there. And, you got to take the time for yourself, because, I know that your heart has been through a lot. And, perseverance it takes all of what it said: faith, courage, and what did it say? Determination. And also facing challenges head on. People don't realize how fucking crazy that shit is. It's like crazy. Especially if you're like me, where it's like, there's some things that you have answers to, or that you can envision like how you would go about doing things to create a solution for that issue. But like and a lot of the times I do that. Like, I like face things head on, like, as much as possible, so that I can actually side with love more than fear. Because if you kind of wait for a little bit more than too long, you know what I'm saying? It's like fear then ends up having this, um, I'm gonna just say fear ends up having a fucking field day with you, right? Because then you have these toss ups, then you start thinking about shit, then you're like, oh my god, and then all of a sudden, I was like, remember, remember there's that saying that says, fear is the number one killer of dreams or something like that because it creates doubt. And that's definitely not verbatim at all, and I'm not gonna even do shit verbatim at this point in the night. But it's like it's the number one killer of dreams. Is like, yeah, because if you let fear, you fuck around and toss around stuff in your mind when it comes to fear, to like you give fear too much time, put it that way, too much time, too much um entertainment, right? Like you give it too much playtime, where it's just like, oh, I'm playing with basically fire, but you're playing with fear. It's like you then die out, and you chicken out, and then you're just like, all right, I'm gonna just keep on doing what I'm doing and just like pretend that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but then you don't end up living your life. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm all about living your life. So perseverance to me takes so much heart. You know what I'm saying? Just to do these quantum leaps and get past your fucking fears. But at the end of the day, it's so beautiful because you end up experiencing your life in a total different way than you were doing it, just a little bit beforehand. So, when they say that like your life can change with one decision, and that's basically it. I mean, it's very true. That's why I respect and I'm so grateful for perseverance and the perseverance that I've had in my life, because I'm telling you right now, like I wouldn't have had such a crazy, adventurous life without it. But also, let me just tell you something. When it comes to fame and reputation, people would not see me as such a fucking, like, I want to say like a whole bunch of different things, like a gypsy, or they wouldn't see me. They wouldn't see me in the unusual way that they see me now if I hadn't taken those if I hadn't kind of made those heart leaps or heart decisions. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm known for a whole bunch of different, like, crazy shit, like, in terms of, like, what people normally wouldn't do on a normal day-to-day basis, or how they would live their lives, but, like, the whole thing is, it's like, I don't, because I really live my life, through my heart's passions and desires. Not all the time, because I like my rest time too. I like my rest and relaxation. And I feel like, up until now, I've definitely given life my all. I have left, and I even mentioned in plenty of my Facebook page posts recently, um, that like that I've really left no, like, in my life, no stone was left unturned. Like, I like literally attacked every little minute detail in my life that I did not love, and I tried to fix it to the best of my ability. Some things haven't been fixed yet, but like the whole thing is, it's like sometimes you need extra strength for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I'm going to kind of wait, because sometimes you have to just be honest with yourself that maybe you haven't grown into what it is you're meant to grow into just yet. Do you know what I'm saying? And that takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of creativity, a little bit of, and with so much perseverance, it's like, fuck, dude, like, you need rest time, because of the fact that you need to kind of, like, not think about a damn thing, for your mind to then kind of re-download all the stuff that is needed for you to kind of persevere even more, right? So it's kind of like, I live a very balanced life, where it's just like there's much perseverance, but there's much relaxation, because I need it, because it's one of those things that when you live from the heart, it's very intense, and it's just like you need your healing time, right? And so perseverance is this is actually huge. It's like perseverance, I didn't even realize, is such a healer, right? Because it heals your life in terms of changing it up the way that you want to change it up into. But also the balance of perseverance is is healing. Like you need healing from perseverance at the same time as you kind of live your life that way. So it's like all heart, it's all healing in terms of, when you use perseverance in your life. And it's literally like, and you need to heal from perseverance a lot of the time, which, I never understood until now, until I'm seeing this card in physical form, and I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty freaking crazy. And why I'm saying I'm a leader of it is because a lot of your life is dependent on your birthday numerology, and my day is the number, the day that I'm born on is 14. So 1 and 4 is to me like gratitude, but yes, for now also perseverance, and 1 is like leadership, right? So 1 is like rebirth. Well, no, not rebirth, but 1 is like beginnings, right? New beginnings, leadership, that type of thing, like freshness and perseverance. And that's basically what the fuck it is that I do with my life. And it's crazy. But I love it. Like, it's because, again, it's all for love. It's all through the heart. It's passion for, the aspect of me not only being, I guess, but it's not about me. It's about, like, okay, it's about being an inspiration to others to kind of live their lives the way that they want to live it. But also, I want to say it's like believing in the divine, the divine energy really has you at any moment in time. Like, and just very recently, it's interesting. I went through a perseverance kind of experience that didn't even end up happening, which is so weird, right? Because like it kind of like I was given the green light, right? The green light is because it's a green card. Interesting. I might as well go into the story. Am I going into the story? Yeah, they're telling me to go into it. All right. So it's very interesting. I was told to travel very recently, and something, and it was very last minute where I just was kind of being the person, I guess in charge, like not delegate. I don't like the word delegating, but like delegating to just basically kind of bring people together to be like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you, like, because their strengths are there, right? So I love people for their strengths because it's so, when you bring it together in teamwork, it's so like boom, 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 boom. It's so accurate, right? So I had brought in, a team of my amazing females in my life. And I was like, listen, this is what I'm getting. And, and this is the funniest thing is because I've been so fucking crazy in my life. And yet still people love me to the fucking fullest, where it's like, I feel like I would have given up on me like a long time ago. Like I would have been like, dude, like you're a little too much. Like you're a little too intense. But it's like no, but you have these people that love you, they still love you, they still believe in you, and thank you God for them. That I was like, because also I haven't fucked, I will never fuck with the truth, with the trust that people have in me too. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it all balances out. Um, like in terms of being a good person, like that needs to be there. You need to be on your A game with that all the fucking time, okay? And in order for people to trust you, this is what I'm trying to say. So long story short, I had a last minute act of perseverance, like that I was kind of divinely given, and I was like, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, and I was just kind of communicating it to all of my female fucking life warriors, but also strong ass motherfuckers. They really are. They're like Wonder Women in my life, okay? And I went to go persevere, and I went to go do it, and it turned out that I wasn't actually supposed to follow through on the entire thing, when in my head I'm always like, it's all about the follow through, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, obviously you're going to drive it to completion, but the whole thing is, you know, the divine is always going to be way past you, first of all, like way in the future, like way, what's the word that I want to look for? The phrase is like, they're going to be like, whatever, way ahead of you. That's what I wanted to say. They're going to be way ahead of you. They already know what's going on. They just want to see, excuse me, if you're willing to listen to them still. You know what I'm saying? And let me just tell you something. I listened. It didn't turn out the way that I had envisioned it to turn out. I realized that it was, so it was me having to travel somewhere, but right, and me having, but mistakes are not mistakes, they're like happy accidents, right? So the whole thing is, so that experience, even though I was kind of like humanly a little bummed out because I was exhausted, because I literally just had enough to like persevere to where I was heading, to where I was then, it was like enough, right? Like where I was kind of like in a sense rejected, from completing the entire process going forward. Um, I was like, okay, like I was like purely exhausted. But then I really realized that I said, oh, this is interesting, because this was the universe seeing if I was in fact ready to persevere again, like still listen to them, okay, no matter what. And also, it was the essence of, you know, bringing together helpful people, to help me actually travel. So it was just, you know, it was beautiful, and everybody was all gung ho and green lit about it, like lit up green about it. Like they were like, yes, 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 let's do it. Like that's basically what it was. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is so crazy. But also, I was so super grateful because, like I said, you know, my dreams are to be lived out in this life, okay? But I can't do it without people that are, I can't do it without very big dreams, okay? My whole thing is, and even little dreams can happen. To helpful people in travel. I know families that wouldn't take their own family members to the airport, for instance. You know what I'm saying? At like a drop of a dime. And, you know, to me, I feel like I'm so blessed to have, you know, people to do to help me out at a drop of a dime, like at a drop of a hat, like to be like, yeah, I'm willing to help you. Like that is so big to me, you know? Um, and yeah, that was like one of the things that I was like super grateful for as I was like in the process of like getting my shit together that day. And I was like, damn, I was like, yo, I'm so grateful because I don't even have to worry about the small shit, because the small shit is already taken care of in terms of just by the good people that I have around me, right? Like in terms of like, for instance, like my mother, it's like an automatic, I don't even have to ask her to take me to the airport. It's like, just yes, just tell me when, you know what I'm saying? And that type of flow is so fucking healing, and it's so fucking prosperous, and it's so magical, okay? It's like it's miraculous that it was the whole, there were so many reasons why that all went down. Um Time where the universe wants to see if you are going to persevere towards accomplishing a dream that you've always wanted, okay? And for me, it came, I want to say it was like, damn, it was on the 20th. For me, it was on the 20th, where I had to really persevere, and I had to, so again, it was, things happened to me a little bit earlier, I feel, than the rest of the world. Um, just because I feel like I'm always used as this like guinea pig for some reason in Israel, but in a good way, right? Um, so it's kind of like, so I feel like now, like 4 days later, and again, 4 days later after the 20th, so 4 days of the people that resonate with me are catching up in that essence of perseverance and going after their heart's dreams, you know? and it's gonna be extraordinary. It's amazing. I fucking hilarious these cards are. Look at this. Like it's it's like a fucked up way of doing it, but it's like whatever, man. Well, I just wanted to let you know. So again, it's all about the heart, and it's just like it's just persevere, dude. Persevere for your heart, because what else matters? You know what I'm saying? Like not like really, if you think about it, the bigger picture, it's like there's nothing else in this life that matters, except for getting your health. Like being very grateful for keeping your health in check, because without your health, you have nothing. Literally have nothing. So you call it a fucking day if you don't have your health. And, living out your dreams that you're here on this earth, right? Like, and so there's like nothing else that's worth it, because that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that it's a version of love. Is to live out your dreams is a version of love, okay? Because you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the collective, right? So when you kind of dream up shit and you bring people together on an experience in terms of accomplishing a dream, it's like it becomes unforgettable, and it becomes even more rippled effect in terms of inspiration, influential, all that positive jazz. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially when it comes to going after like love, like traditionally speaking, like, dude, no matter, and I believe in all of you that no matter what kind of, what thoughts come in your way, like doubtful thoughts, you're gonna fucking just face all of it, and you're gonna just kind of just pummel forward, is what I want to say, because of the fact that, that love is worth it. That's basically what I want to say. It's like you just know. I mean, there's nothing else that's not worth it. So again, dreams, excuse me, your health, living out your dreams, but also love, in all different essence, in all different ways of its essence. So even bringing people together on a dream is love. Thank you. Confirmation. Yeah, so that's basically all I wanted to say. That was a lot of what I said, guys. A lot in terms of what I needed to say. So yeah, so have self-discipline in that. Self-discipline came up today too. It's very interesting. Earlier today. So yeah, just stick to it, because that always gets you stronger. And if you can, oh, that's interesting. Do your best to create self-discipline when it comes to facing things head on, determination, courage, and faith. Get creative with that. I think that's what you were given. You were given creativity with it. Love it, guys. Love it, love it, love it. So, I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. I will be back on tomorrow for some career talk. Mwah. Bye.